Let's have some fun.
Well, boys and girls, it's a beautiful day out. The sun is shining. The clouds are kind of here and there, but it's gorgeous out. And guess who I got now? It is my man, Traevon from Waves and Curls. Let's find out if he's the wave or the curl. But where is one Traevon? I don't see no Traevon.
I want to dance with somebody. With somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody. There you go, Kincaid. You got Millie Rock like this, Kincaid. You got Millie Rock.
Oh.
There it is. We're going to work on it. But you're doing all right. You're doing all right.
I dance as white as they come. I'm telling you. Holy
I wasn't going to say it, but you're looking like 2% right now, my guy. But it's all good. It's all good. We can teach you how to move, baby. It's all good. Just so the record knows, I am Traevon Jordan, one half of Waves and Curls, and I am the Curls, although right now I'm kind of naps, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, but if we called you Waves and Naps, that wouldn't sound very good.
You know, it absolutely wouldn't. So I think we'll stick with Waves and Curls for now. My mom was joking the other day. She was like, your hair's going to get so long, you're going to be dreads and locks. I was like, I rebuke it. Absolutely not. It's not happening to me.
Well, first off, I had a little card subject to change. And one Traevon was like, absolutely, let's do this. And I was like, holy crap, Traevon's coming on my show. Let's have some fun. So what I like to do is we peel back the curtain a little bit. We get the fans involved. And we like to talk about Traevon's story, Traevon's character, get the fans that don't know Traevon a little introduced, and the ones that do know him a little more introduced, because I know you're very popular out there in the wrestling scene right now. And so we all want to get to know one Traevon. So this is what this is all about. And I thank you for your time, my friend.
Hey, I'm glad to be here, my friend. Let's get into it. What you got for me? I line them up, knock them down. Give me all the questions.
Well, you are part of Waves and Curls, and you are the Curls of the Waves. I know we might have gotten the waves of Waves and Curls together. That would have been cool. But hey, I've got Traevon, and let's focus on the now.
Let's focus on the here and now. Yeah.
Did you always start as a single competitor, or were you always a tag team competitor?
So I started initially as a singles competitor. It was just me by myself. I was doing this different kind of thing called Saul the Butcher, who's more of a psychologically scary type dude with multiple personalities. Totally complete opposite from who I am now. And one day, I think it was one of our classmates over at the Kingdom School was like, you guys kind of have the same personality and swag about you. And me and Jalen were always cool. We were always tight, but we never have looked at it that way. So like, okay, maybe there's something we can play with. We had a match at training one night, us against two of our other students, Buddy Costa and American Sumo Mike Gamble, two great brothers, love them to death. And we just clicked. It felt natural. So we were like, all right, this is something. We can do it. And that same person who suggested the team, Mike Colalella, the Big Ragu, shout out to him, love you, bro. He's the one who made up the name Waves and Curls because he saw the wavy hair, he saw the curls, he saw the swag, he saw the style. It was like Waves and Curls. So we ran with it. We've been with it ever since. So I was initially singles, but tag team's just been amazing so far. I love it.
So your character as you are right now, you're just Traevon. You're flashy, you're fun, you dance, the smile is always on point. The ladies, they love some Waves and Curls. Now, were you always Traevon when you were in wrestling? Even when you started as a singles competitor, was your name just Traevon coming in?
Coming in, I didn't actually have a name on my first show. I was like thinking of ideas and whatnot. Then the first show ever promotion I worked for was Top Rope Promotions out in Mass. Love Top Rope, love going there. I have an amazing crowd. And the name was made up for me when I got there by one of the greats, H2O Ryan Waters, in the scene. He made the name for me, and I was like, where did Jordan come from? He's like, Michael Jordan. I was like, well, all righty then. I guess I'll be Traevon Jordan. So it stuck with me ever since. And I love the name. I've grown to love it. Traevon's my given name. I love that name to my core. So she just seemed like a natural fit for me, you know?
Well, I've talked to you outside the ring, and to be honest with you, there doesn't seem to be a separation from wrestling character to behind the curtain when you take the stuff off and you turn the wrestling off. That just we talk about character a lot on Stirring the Pot. Being somebody that you're not and trying to create a character from scratch. May it be your clothing, may it be who's the character, what's his name, what's his backstory. You're just Traevon. You're having fun. And man, for you boys and girls that never seen Traevon, look up his name, Traevon, along with his boy Jalen. I am telling you, fun does not put the word. It doesn't do it any justice. A dance. They get every single person. If it's like a 3-year-old child, if it's a 90-year-old lady, they're up. They're having fun. They're dancing.
Gas me up. Gas me up. Talk some more. Gas it up. Talk about it.
I mean, it's true. It's all hashtag facts, my friend.
Yes, indeed.
If that's got to be easier to create that character in wrestling when you're taking it from your real life, I would assume, yes?
112%. You absolutely pinpoint direction on. It's living as loudly as possible. That's what me and Jalen try to bring to the ring every time we go out. It's embodying fun, having a good time, and making people forget about their sorrows and their worries for the moment, and embracing love. Because I mean, in my personal life, that's key number one. You always gotta love. Give love, receive love, be loved. That's what I love to say to people. Because you always have to be open, have your heart open. Whenever I make my entrance, I go to the top turnbuckle, and after every show, whenever we win a match, we lose a match, I look at the crowd and I say, I love you, because I genuinely mean that. I genuinely mean I love every single fan, because without them, what do we have? We have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's the love of the party. Have fun. Get out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's all that combined, and it just makes the quote unquote character, because me and Jalen never really feel like we're wearing a mask out there, or we're not being ourselves. It's all authentic. It's all real. It's genuine. It's us. We love having a good time. So we're gonna have a good time whenever we out there, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about.
And being the baby faces that you are, you guys, both of you, you take the time to interact with every single fan in any venue that I've seen you perform at. I've seen you a few times, maybe a handful or so. I can't wait to see you more. But man, you guys really take the fans and you embrace all of us, and you take us on that ride. And again, on these interviews, I like to talk about that interaction, because it's this whole dance that I like to call that between the fans, the performers, the announcer, the referee. Everybody's part of this whole little thing going on in that ring. And without it, if there's one missing part, it just doesn't seem the same. Like if the crowd is dead, like it's like, what's the point, you know?
Right.
But yeah, it's a party every single time these guys. And I've never seen you compete in a singles match, but I'm sure it's no different. There gotta be no way you turn that off. You're wearing the same flashiness. You're doing the same smiling and all of that, right?
That's it. 112 loud. That's what you call before, like a hashtag fact, right? That's what it is. Hashtag fact right there, my boy. That's what it is.
You spoke of the Kingdom School, which is the XWA Center, and I hate saying this, West Warwick. Oh, got it. I cannot.
West. Now you're gonna make me mess it up. West Warwick. That's it. West Warwick. Yeah.
So I've talked about the XWA Center, the Kingdom School. Take us, the fans, on a little journey with Traevon getting into the Kingdom School. Who trained you? How it became? Okay. Was it just ring? Was it psychology? Was it promos? What did the Kingdom School give Traevon for tools?
Okay. Well, first up, big up to the XWA Kingdom School. Big up to my trainers, Matt Taven, Vinny Marcellia, TK Orion, of course, as well too. They all helped craft and make me the performer that I am. You know, I had these elements that I did bring to the table, but they really helped to fine tune and make me the performer that I am. And they challenge me. They make me think harder. They make me work harder. They don't just hand things out at the Kingdom School. You have to want it. You have to earn it. You have to be willing to show up and show out. That's what they expect from us every time, and we do. You know, Taven has such a great mind for the business, and he'll break things down and give you all the keys that you need. Vinny, he's like the extra fine tuner. Whenever you do anything in the ring, he'll ask you, but why though? After every single thing that we do, he'll ask us why. He'll challenge us. He'll make us think critically, and I love and appreciate both of them for that. TK Orion, he's like, well, we'll break it down to you. You got Taven, me and Jalen call him Pops. He's the head of the household. Then you got Vinny. Vinny's the uncle. Vinny's cool. And then you got TK. TK's like the older cousin who'll come through every once in a while and make you do something crazy, like teach you some kind of crazy move and be like, oh, well, there you go. Have that for your tool bank. So they all individually, all three of them, you know, they all bring something unique to the game and to their training methodology. And it just makes us better as students. We seek learning. We show up to trainings. We show up to class because every time we're there, they feed into us. They don't hold anything back. They tell us exactly how it is. If it sucks, it sucks. If it's great, they'll let you know. But they want you to keep striving and keep working hard. I mean, that's a lot of the reason why we've been afforded the opportunities that we have currently, because they're the ones who told us, get on the road, pursue your dreams, go out. And when you go out, make sure you're thankful, you're grateful, you say hello to everybody, you help set up, you help break down, and then you go on your merry way. But don't sit there and sit on your hands, rest on your laurels. You got to get in there. You got to start working. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite rappers, his name's Larry June. He says, you can't step it up until you step it up. Sounds simple, right? Sounds simple, but it's not. You can't step it up until you step up to the plate. That's the way this whole life thing goes. So the Kingdom School is my home. I love the Kingdom. I love all my students that I train with. Yeah, that's how I got there. And it's actually, I was at a very dark point in my life when I got to the Kingdom Training School. I had gone through a really terrible breakup. I was with a young lady, you know, no ill wills against her now, but I was with her for about 2 years in college. And, you know, we had thought, you know, this was it. And we're going to do all these wonderful things together in life. It didn't work out such. We broke up about a month after college, and I would literally sit in my apartment and just sit in the dark and just be sad all the time. You know, it's crazy to hear, you know, because everyone says, oh, Traevon Jordan, the energy, you. But that was me for a long time, and I felt like the happiness was a charade for a minute. It was like I had lost so much, and what was the next step for me? And I was aimless. I was beat down, you know, broken, heartbroken. And then I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't just sit at home. I can't eat another bag of Doritos by myself. I can't eat another tub of ice cream all alone. Sad, daddy. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. So I had decided, let's take a risk. Let's take a gamble. You love wrestling. Wrestling's always been a part of you ever since you were like 5 years old. You've always wanted to be a wrestler. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Let's take a gamble, you know. And I am so proud, you know, that I took that risk and I took that chance and stepped up to the plate, because the world of wrestling has been nothing but beautiful to me. There's ups and downs, of course. People always say, you know, there's hard times in the business, hard times, woo, woo. And there's so much that goes into it, which I get and I understand. I'll reach those valleys when I get there, but the peaks outweigh the valleys. You know what I'm saying? The love you get, and you probably get it when you do your Kincaid files and everything, and you talk to all the indie stars and talk to all the bigger stars. You probably see it. It's the love that we all have for this business, dude.
The love that's reciprocated is undescribable with all. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I agree with you 100%. The love in this business, it's such a unique thing, you know, that we have here, and I don't think a lot of performers really recognize that. so unique, the interactions we get to have with our fans, you know, from the entrance lights to the music to the shaking hands to the meet and greets to the sign-ins. It's such an intimate business, one-on-one, and that's another reason why I take the time with the interaction with fans, because one day, you know, especially the younger fans, I used to be that kid. I used to be the one who showed up to the shows, you know, looking to see the superstars. I met Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy when I was 10 years old, and they were the reason why I wanted to become a wrestler, you know? So it's like, who knows? And I'm not going to blow smoke up my own. I'm nobody right now, but who knows who I can spark, you know? Tupac said it himself, you know, he said he might not be the one who changes the world, but he might spark the mind that changes the world. So I might not go on to be the best superstar in the world, but if I can spark interest to that next superstar in the world, that's what I'm here for.
I'll tell you one thing, Traevon. Your messages are beautiful and heartfelt and genuine, and that's what we like here. I don't like to be robotic. I like to be organic and just like a couple friends hanging out and talking. Because the fans, we would never hear this stuff because you do take the time. But the fans, they would never hear these kind of things from Traevon if we weren't just kind of hanging out and Traevon was giving us this time, you know? So these are the reasons why I started stirring the pot. It's to get the fans more interactive because, oh my God, I just got a notification and I am so stupid. Let me turn that crap off. Oh my God.
That's how you feel about me, Kincaid? I'm not that important. You got to keep your notifications on, brother. That's how you feel about Traevon Jordan?
You're not the first. You won't be the last because I'm not that bright. I apologize.
No worries, man. No worries.
Now, your interaction with the fans, I want to stay on that topic because you and Jalen both are very giving with your time at the shows. And I know that our energy, and I'm hoping our energy is giving back as much as you're giving us, because that whole back and forth thing, we really love the interaction of that intimate setting where you're right there. There could be 100 people. There could be 150, 200 people. And out comes, check this shit out, guys. Waves and Curls as a surprise because a tag team had to cancel. And these guys come out and it was, now I get them mixed up because I got so many shows. It was at PVP, correct?
Western Mass.
Western Mass. I'm sorry, yep. WMW. Yep. God, don't tell Matthew James I just said that. He'll kill. They come out, and because we didn't know who was coming out, Waves and Curls song started. They came out, and the crowd absolutely lost their shit. It was amazing. It was so cool. Those are the times, though, my friend. Those are the times in wrestling. If we weren't there and you weren't there, we wouldn't have those memories to bring home. Back on the road when I talk to my dad, or I'm talking to my friend Laura C. And you know what I'm saying? So those memories always stick with us. And I hope you guys realize that.
Word up. Absolutely. I mean, we realize because those same memories that stick with you, they're what stick with us. You know, I've been replaying because that was the last. No, I did a dojo tape with Limitless after that show, but that show was like one of the last ones before this whole, pandemic goes down. Also, hope everyone's doing okay out there. Wash your hands, wash your ass, cover your mouth, don't cough on people. Going back into it though, that was one of the last shows that we had done before the pandemic, and I've been literally watching that entrance back because the love we got from you guys, the energy, the vibes were all there, and it was crazy. I mean, I get goosebumps right now just thinking about it. I ain't bluffing. I'm a black man with goosebumps right now because it was nuts. You guys gave the energy back. You fed into it. And that was my first time. Well, no, second time. My debut was a surprise entrance, but that was my second time really being a surprise entrant for something. And I've always watched wrestling, when the Brock Lesnar comes back in 2012, or like, the NWO coming back or anything like that. Like, I've always watched those moments, and to be a part of that moment with you guys felt so special. It's undescribable, I'm at a loss for words right now. It's hard for me to get lost for words. I admit I'm a motor mouth, but I'm lost for words.
But that's the love. That's the love that makes the wrestling, the whole dance happen, though. You know what I'm saying?
Most deaf.
Now Jalen, same thing. I'm not taking away from Jalen now. Jalen, same thing, same
Oh,
vibe, same energy.
always.
Again, interacting with the fans. You guys don't stop until we stop or your song stops. I don't know what happens first there because you guys, your entrance takes a bit because we're all having a blast.
Yeah.
Jalen, let's talk about connecting with Jalen and getting that chemistry. If you could.
Yeah, I mean, connecting with him, again, it was through the Kingdom School. Shout out to the Kingdom once more. Shout out to Pops and the Unk and Cuz. But the energy with Jalen really, I can't say it happened overnight or, we were smooth as a tag team overnight. Sometimes we're still not as smooth as we want to be, but we're getting to it. But honestly, we're two people who were from the same kind of walks of life. Same family dynamic. He's from an inner city. I'm from a big family. He's from a big-ish family. We like the same music, dress the same way. We talk the same way. We interact with people the same exact way. I'm more boisterous, rambunctious. He'll keep it a little bit more quiet, but he's like the same exact way that I am. We have like a perfect kind of match, not to get too sentimental on the record, not like I haven't already, but we're just natural, it's organic. It feels like, a brother, it feels like we just connect with each other on that level. It's even outside of wrestling, he knows he can come to me for anything. I know I can come to him for anything. It's that deep, it's more than just we put on the tag garments and we're good with one another. It's backstage we're shooting this shit. In the car we're picking on each other all the time, when we're going over or thinking of what moves to do or what things we want to get across in our match, we'll have our little bickering moments like any, Packer brothers will, but we come together like peanut butter and jelly, you know what I'm saying? Like macaroni and cheese, like bread in a toaster, like water in a horse, you know what I'm saying? It's just how we vibe and we connect and we jive. It's that, So I'm thankful for, being in the team with Jalen. And I hope we keep reaching, higher heights and things like that because it's a special connection that we have with each other and with the crowd.
Could you tell us on how long have you guys been a tag team up to this point right now?
Oh, man. Whenever I tell people, though, they're surprised because it hasn't actually been that long. I think
that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
We started tagging in like October, November. So it hasn't honestly been too long. We've had all together maybe like a little bit over 10 tag matches together. But chemistry is just undeniable. It's just there. It just clicks. It works. When it works, it works, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
The XWA Center, an amazing company, a great time up there every time. It could be a Thursday night throwdown. Mm-hmm. It could be one of their bigger shows, the Rumble the Rumble Resolution. It doesn't matter. XWA is one hell of a promotion. If you guys haven't not had the chance to get up there, you gotta get up there. West Warwick. Oh God, I hate Rhode Island. 3 Bridal Ave, and man,
there you go. Do the plug.
Amazing time up there.
Mm-hmm. That's
now,
it, right in the event center.
We talk about XWA. That's where you were bred. That is your home base. So when you go to training, when you say that's my home, that's the XWA Center. Is that what we're talking?
Word up, yeah. The Kingdom School is definitely home. That's where it is. That's where I was. I like to always say, me and the other dudes, we're born and bred in the kingdom. We're kingdom born and bred. That's what we are. Throw up the floor real quick. It's not for the horsemen, it's for the kingdom. That's the home territory right there. That's what it is.
Well, that's leading me into your guys' popularity has been off the effing charts, right out of the gate, and it's working no matter where you go. You've already worked, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, because I try to keep an eye. You've already worked for Northeast Wrestling. Am I not mistaken on that?
Yes, we have. We are established over at Northeast right now, yeah.
Now, I know one Mr. Traevon's very associated over there, but that doesn't mean a damn thing if your talents don't talk for getting in to said company. Okay, now you've said you've had about 10 matches as a tag team, and within 10 matches, around in our area for independent wrestling, and I'll just put it out there because it's a very sought after company. It's almost kind of like the pinnacle to a degree. You're looking at Northeast Wrestling, you're looking at Beyond Wrestling, the Limitless, the Chaotix. Those big name companies is where you want to go because that just leads to the TV contracts. They produce so many men and women that get on TV. First off, is TV something you're looking to strive to get in wrestling? That's the big time, if you will. And how was it working for Northeast Wrestling? I'm very curious because a lot of glitz and glamour compared to some of the other ones,
Yeah. I mean, TV, big overarching goal, absolutely. 113%. I would love to be, on TV. I'm not gonna say I would love to be. I will be one day, on one of the big promotions. That's what I'm gonna speak into existence. Big up to the big homie upstairs. I want that for myself. I push myself to have that, There's a lot of things that I'm working towards to be there. I hope I am there one day. I will be there one day. That is, my main goal. When I was a kid, I loved the Intercontinental Championship. That's my belt right there. I'm gonna hold the Intercontinental Championship one day. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's gonna be mine.
Mark that right here. Stirring the pot. Today's date is what, the 3rd, the 4th? Where are we?
One of them.
Traevon right here said, "I see champion. I cannot wait when that happens because boy, you know what's going down."
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I want to have that Intercontinental Championship. Waves and curls, mark my words. You know what I'm saying? We're going to work hard enough to hold the WWE Tag Championships. We're going to hold, hopefully the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships one day. Them IWGPs. We're going to hold them Impact Belt. We want all the belt. We want all of them. We want to go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Seeking ye shall find. You know what I'm saying? Speaking into existence and it shall happen, So
Yeah.
we can make that happen. Now, yeah. No. I don't want to step on your toes.
No. I hate to step on others' toes because I'm not that bright and I jumble all over the place. My brain goes, "Oh shit, you should have said this." Because I don't write nothing down. You spoke of some mainstream companies, and I like to gauge the men and women. Obviously, you're a big fan still, but watching the mainstream stuff. What's your go-to when you turn it on? What's your go-to for the bigger companies right now?
For the bigger companies, it's definitely still WWE. Okay. I'm always going to be a WWE boy. But if I'm sitting down to watch something, I'm enjoying NWA Power. I've caught a few episodes. Great TV. But I mostly watch like older matches right now. I watch a lot of early 90s WCW, late 90s WCW. That's my wheelhouse right there. A little bit of NWA, a little bit of AWA, So things like that have been catching my interest right now. Mostly so I can catch, especially with early WCW, so I can catch like the Malenkos, the Benoit, the Two Cold Scorpios, the Booker T's, the Stings. Shout out Sting, he's the best. All those early superstars, so I can just pick up bits and pieces and learn there. And my latest thing though is really, and I never was into it when I was a kid or into them, but the Rock and Roll Express, dude.
Oh,
the best tag team ever. And I actually met them. I helped out at a New Japan a show back in Lowell not too long back, and I was running their autograph signing. Me and another gentleman. No, it was me and Kevin Quinn. Me and Kevin Quinn were running for the Rock and Roll Express. Just love Ref Quinn. Oh my god. But we were doing their autograph signing and circling back earlier too with the fan interaction. I actually learned that day. I've always been, the person who would always reach out to people, help people, love people, you know what I'm saying? Give love, get love. But I watched Ricky Morton and how he interacted with fans that day as well. And it was even to a further extent than me. Literally every person that came up to the table, Ricky would shake their hand, look them in the eye, and say, "Thank you for coming tonight." That's something that's rare. Who do you see that does that nowadays? Thank you for coming to every single person that came to his table. So what do I do? What do I do now?
Yeah, man.
I emulate Ricky Morton because it's genuine. I thank every single person who comes to the table, who interacts with me. I thank them for coming, because without them, what do we have?
Mm-hmm.
Shake them in the hand, look them in the eye. just like Ricky Martin.
I'd like to talk about back at that WMW show.
Yeah.
You talk about, you sweep, you do the ring, you take the chairs, whatever you want. I was there post event after WMW Battle Lines, if I'm not mistaken. That was the name of the event. And you were actually sweeping, and exactly like you said, that's no bullshit, girls and boys. He's here with a broom with a few of the other men and women taking care of business, if you will. And there's one very young fan. His name is Donovan. Okay. And for the people that don't know Donovan, because he's an upcoming little media guy, he likes to do interviews with the men and women post events at the PvP, the WMW stuff. That's his wheelhouse. And I asked Traevon, hey, if you're not busy, maybe we can do a quick promo. He's like, yeah, no problem, man. I'll get Jalen. He goes, we got to do this sweeping thing. He goes, I got my man Donovan, and we'll take care of business. And I go, dude, thank you so much. And I see that you're busy, but I had to leave a little bit earlier than expected. So I apologize for kind of maybe dusting you. My bad. But let's get back to Donovan. My man Donovan loves to get those interviews. Both you and Jalen were very kind with your time. Not only, holy crap, not only that, you had my man shirtless. Talk about Donovan with us, because he's such a special fan.
He is. I mean, Donovan, his interview, he came up to us. He was nice. He was polite. He wanted to get the interview. We sat there and talked with him, interact with him. It was natural. We played off one another and had a lot of fun. His mother was there too, who's excellent, amazing as well. It was just, fun. We brought the air of fun with him. He interacted with us and threw some curveball questions at us that we weren't expecting, that caught us off guard. But I think we were able to banter back with him and flip the script, if you will, back on him, because he didn't expect our answers, the wild and zany guys that we are. So, Donovan, if you're listening, Donovan's mom, if you're listening, thank you both for that interview. We had spoke afterwards, a situation that came up, that wasn't, I don't know how to get into it, but me and Donovan's mother spoke. Yeah, me and Donovan's mother spoke. Me and Donovan spoke. It was great, and we've mended bridges. It was amazing. So thank you both. It was great. Hope to see you guys in the future. Get another interview, hopefully. And they're great.
Don't forget, how the hell did you get them shirtless? I got to figure this out here.
I don't even remember how we got them shirtless. I have no idea.
I'm going to have to watch that interview again, because I watched it and almost peed myself. I'm going to have to rewatch it, because all of his stuff is on YouTube as, let me get this right, because he's probably going to yell at me. Bootio boy fan or something like that, right?
Bootio boy fan. Bootio's fanboy?
Bootio's fanboy, yes.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
You know what, boys and girls? Look them both up. You're going to find Donovan on YouTube.
He's got a lot of great interviews, too, with a lot.
Yeah, he's a really cool kid. Yeah, cool kid. Courteous, like you said, courteous attitude, and has interviewed a bunch of men and women that we know in the industry. Go check out Donovan, man. He's a good kid.
Check him out.
Absolutely. Now, getting into going from training, doing a show or whatever you did at the Kingdom School, you start reaching out. Do the nerves really start to churn as you get away from home? Or is it something that you're like, you know what? This is another day for Traevon. I got this.
I wish it was it's another day, but you do have those butterflies and those nerves, especially going out in the curtain, a place you've never been before. But you try to make the most out of it, Every entrance I like to consider in wrestling is like a shine, if you will, or whatever. A little inside jogging, but I like to make my entrance, the first part. It's the crowd's first introduction to you, So you show them who you are. You tell them who you are with your movements, the way you carry yourself, the way you act, the way you talk. So that's the biggest part of everything. So as far as nerves go, when I branch out to new territories, of course they're there. They're always going to be there. I'm in relative unknown, These people don't know who I am. But it's an opportunity to step up to the plate to show them who you are, to show them the love, to show them, your personality, to give everything to them, and then see what they do with it, So it's hard, especially getting away from home, traveling a lot, it's tough. I'm the middle child of 9, so I always miss, yeah, it's a lot in my camp. It's a lot. There's a lot of us kids. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's a lot of us. It's a lot of us. So, um, being an older brother, a middle brother, a younger brother, it's hard, getting away from, my actual home as well too. I'm a state away. I have younger brothers who are growing up, and I always had my bigger sister in the household with me when I was growing up, and it's one of those things where I'm not home anymore. It makes me sad sometimes, but I got to chase the dreams. Now my younger brother, he has an iPhone, so now he FaceTimes me all the time. Love him. Shout out Devin. Hi Devin, love you. But yeah, it's nutty.
Uh, we also like to talk on here about the support system that it takes to be a wrestler. To do it on your own is, I would assume, is a much more difficult task. Without, obviously, you you come from a little larger family than I do. But let me put it. Let's give us the fans a little insight. Traevon says to his family, "Hey guys, I'm going to be a wrestler." What's the fam's reaction to Traevon?
Go for it. Do it.
Yeah. Yes.
Do it. Live it up big. As you were saying, a support system is everything. And I'm very fortunate enough to have an amazing support system with what I do, down to, my family, my friends, my current girlfriend who I'm dating. She's a big support, especially from the story I told earlier. She's amazing with everything. Um, my support system is everything to me. I remember when I was in college once. There was a time, graduated college, got a 4-year degree actually. Shout out Trey, I did that thing. But there was a time in college where I was not sure if it was the path that I wanted to go down. And my mother had texted me one night, and she was like, in her life, people always told her no. People always told her she couldn't do this or she couldn't be this. And that's why she had instilled in me ever since I was young that to pursue whatever you want to do whatever that you want to do, to be who it is that you are and live to your heart's content. And that's what I've carried into this business. I've carried those words. And actually, have you ever noticed I wear like a headband out to the ring?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my mothers. I always carry it with me to the ring, because I always want to carry her with me whatever I do, because she's my backbone. She's the one who's pushed me to this. My father as well too. He pushed me into this. He took me to my first wrestling shows when I was a kid. So those two and my older sister Aaliyah are the ones who have just made me chase after it relentlessly and pursue it as hard as I can. And I'm gonna do it for them. It's not just for me. Now it's for my mother, for my father, for my sister, for my younger brothers to set an example, for my younger sisters and my older sister to set an example. Um, and of course now it's for, wrestling training dad Matt Taven, wrestling Uncle Vinny Martelia. You know what I'm saying? So it's for everybody. This is
You you seem to
passion
have
number.
you, you seem to have one hell of a support system out there right now, and that is what helps the superstars strive to be superstars. So I'm very glad to hear that. You guys and girls need that behind you to rise up.
Absolutely. 100%.
Um, I'm wearing a Zane Bernardo shirt. I don't know if you noticed that at all.
I did actually notice his beautiful, luxurious locks, pressing up
Mhm.
under the camera in his shades. Zane Bernardo, that's a good brother. And Zane LaRue, some good brothers, good people. I enjoy those young
Uh,
dudes. They're awesome.
have you guys ever mixed it up? I know I try to keep an eye on the post, but have you guys mixed it up yet?
No, we actually haven't mixed it up yet, which is surprising that we haven't crossed paths, but I want those boys. I want to fight them boys. I want to get in there and mix it up.
Hey, the higher ups at Northeast Wrestling, I think, would probably be the ones to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Insanely Rude and Waves and Curls, get these guys together, man. That could be something amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely love to do it. I think at the last Northeast show, yeah, we had a little run in with them. Bear Country was giving them some problems, so we came in to make a little bit of the save. Bear Country kind of mauled us too. Bears are very aggressive, I've come to learn. There's actually 3 members of Bear Country. I don't know if you know this. There's Bear Bronson, there's Bear Boulder / Beefcake / Cheesecake, and then there's Bear Stripes. Ref Gina, she's the one you really got to look out for. Oh my gosh, that's the fiercest member of the pack.
Two things.
Yes, sir.
I don't like to disclose the guests that I have coming on, but right around the corner, very soon, I have one, and I always call him Beefcake. I never call him Bear Boulder. I have one Beefcake coming on my show. Totally blew my mind. I'm almost scared shitless because, hey, he's a bear first off, okay?
Yeah.
But Ref Gina is a huge Traevon fan. Let's talk a little Ref Gina, because you mentioned she's a third bear. Give us some fans. What the hell's going on with that?
Ref Gina is the third member of Bear Country. I don't know if you know this, but she's the fiercest one, the toughest one, the meanest one. She'll gouge your eyes out, pull your hair, and stomp on it. Ref Gina is a member of Bear Country. Yeah, I don't know how it came about. I don't know what happened, but geez, whenever she hears that Bear Country theme song, she just comes alive. She's an animal, dude. But in all seriousness, though, love Ref Gina. She's amazing, great person inside and outside of the ring. Ref Gina, you the person. You my people.
Aw, we love blue shoes. I love blue shoes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, blue shoes. That's it. Stripes. That's it.
Should I do you know Mr. Beefcake at all? Should I not? I should probably not call him Beefcake. I was suggested I should always call him Bear Boulder. Is
call
that
him Boulder.
A suggestion? Should I take that into consideration?
Yeah, don't mess up the man's name. He'll probably kill you if you do. He's a bear, by all means.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but it's very hard to put a bear in a wrist lock. So yeah, you might not want to mess with the bear. Just call him Boulder. Call him Boulder. I call him. He's Bear Cheesecake to me, Big old cheesecake. Love him. He's great. Good dude. Bear Cheesecake.
Please, Bear Cheesecake? Are you kidding me?
Ain't nobody said you could say it though, Kincaid. Don't get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Me,
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Matter of fact, you might want to edit that out. Watch your mouth, Kincaid.
Holy cow. I can't believe you suckered me into that.
Hey, yeah, I did. You better watch your back.
Have you worked for Beyond Wrestling at any point yet?
No, I haven't worked for Beyond Wrestling yet, but that's definitely something that's on Jalen and I's radar, to go out and help out and, hopefully one day be on one of their shows. But yeah, I'd love to be on Beyond Wrestling.
With both of Waves and Curl's charisma, there is no way you are not going to be in Beyond sooner than later, man.
Maybe one day, I hope so.
Can I talk about Waves real quick? He's got this energy. I mean, and not that you don't. I mean, my goodness, but that little guy has got some energy, and he's dancing, and he's doing. Holy crap! Do you guys do any kind of drugs that we should know about? Like, how do you keep up such an energy factor through your entrance to your exit? That's amazing.
Honestly, what fuels him is Domino's and fast food. Like, that's his deal. He's trying to put on weight, so he eats everything, but it never works for him. Me, I'm just naturally weird and bubbly, so I just bring that to the table, and it just makes a perfect gumbo of awesome weirdness and energy. That's really all it is.
Wow, what a great analogy! A gumbo. That's amazing. I might steal that and start using some gumbo.
Go ahead. Take a little bit of swag. Here the keys. You take the keys. That's for you. All right. I got plenty more. Of course.
Yeah. Hey, from Traevon to Don Kincaid. Whoever thought that would ever happen? Holy crap!
Oh man, you got some sauce now, Kincaid. What's up?
Thank you, my friend. We've had such a fantastic time talking to Traevon. But again, I bounce back and forth. I want to go back to WMW one more time.
Do it.
You want to dance another Kingdom School alumni, Mike Gamble, American Sumo. In that surprise entrance, it was for the tag team championships. Not only did you come out as a surprise entrant, but you get a tag team shot. And I gotta just put it out to the men and women that are watching right now, the boys and girls. My man Jalen got eaten up by one Chuck O'Neal and by one Mike Sumo, American Sumo, Mike Gamble. Holy crap! your boy got tossed around, and you came up a little bit short. But what does it mean to come out number one for a surprise entrance, and the crowd giving you that lift like we spoke of, but it's a title shot? Did you guys expect that?
No, absolutely not. Didn't expect to get a title shot. Didn't expect to get the ovation that we did, but we luckily, we stepped up to the plate. We took the opportunity and we ran with it. We did come up a little bit short. They had our number that day. They did. We almost had them. Jalen hit a beautiful crossbody off the top, double pinned him, 1-2, but Chuck's resilient. Chuck's been in the game for a while. Chuck can take a lot of punishment. He's a former UFC dude, you know what I'm saying? So he's a former fighter. So he can take a certain amount of pain different than any of us can. Chuck O'Neal, as he says, he's legit. He's legit cold steel, Chuck O'Neal, And the two of them together, Sumo and Chuck, they make, legit American Steel. I think that's their name as a team. And, they're two tough competitors. They carry themselves a different way. They have a certain air to them. They know they're bad. They think they're bad. They carry it, to the ring. And it was a tough challenge to step to, but we did what we could. And yeah, we came up short, but we almost had them. You know what I'm saying? We were right there. We were one small nipple hair away from becoming, the PvP tag team champion. So I'd love to have another shot at them. Ain't scared. Knuck if you buck. Throw your hands up.
We ain't scared.
I face Bear Country. They ate us too. But I face some tough people. Bring it on.
Now, what I also like to kind of figure out too, because the fans and we don't know and I don't like to get deep into this stuff, but I like to kind of maybe show the inner workings just a little tiny bit. Now, Traevon, Jalen, Waves and Curls, they're making a big splash on the scene, right? A big splash. You can see what I did right there? They're making a big splash on the scene. And are you finding yourself having to reach out to more promotions, or are promotions starting to reach out to Waves and Curls? How is that whole thing going on right now?
Let's mix that a little bit. Here's the way that we were taught inside the Kingdom School, and here's the way we kind of bring ourselves to the table. If there's a promotion, that we enjoy or we like to see their product, it's not just reaching out. Hey, here's me. Here's who I am. It's how can I contribute to your show? How can I help? That's what we do. How can I help you guys? If it's just setting up the ring, lifting boards, absolutely. We're there 110%. And we're going to do that until it's all done. 112% and do that. But as far as promotions reaching out to us, they're actually starting to come in. They're hitting us up now. They're asking us when we're available, when we're free. And it's like, are you serious? Us? Me? Looking over my shoulder? Me? They're coming to us now. They're knocking at our door. They're coming into our DM saying, hey, you guys available X, Y, and Z date? I mean, not so much with the pandemic going on because everybody's in the house, but they've been hitting us up, places out in New York and Pennsylvania, places we never thought we would be yet, but they're asking us, when we're available. And we've luckily, through places reaching out to us and us reaching out to them and helping out at those shows as well, too, we've been afforded the opportunity to work for a lot of great companies. We've worked for XWA, of course. We've worked for Top Rope Promotions. We've worked for WMW. We've worked for NEW. We've worked for Chaotic. We've worked for now, we were on a Limitless Dojo taping. We've worked for so many different places, and it's humbling in a sense. It fills your heart with joy to see the fruits of your labor coming in. You sow a seed, and to see that see that seed grow into a beautiful tree. It's like, dude, it's amazing. So it's a mixture of both. It's us reaching out. It's them coming to us. It's a symbiotic relationship. That's amazing.
Hey, if anybody watches this besides my mom and pop, my fault. I apologize. Hopefully, we'll see where that goes. But if there's like promoters, if you haven't heard of Waves and Curls, look these guys up, because I mean, holy crap, they add an element to your show that is full of energy, and you won't regret it because all you have to do is look up, and it doesn't pick a match, any match. You see them come out, that's all you need to see. Their in-ring ability is working and honing every single match. They have a good chemistry. But really, what my point being is the XWA, the Kingdom School, and I want to continue saying it because maybe I can say it better and better. West Warwick. Hey,
you're getting there. You're getting there. Honestly, you're coming along.
The XWA and the Traevon and company, they really are molding some great minds right now. Look at Traevon, the way he speaks, the way he contributes to the shows, his work ethic, the way he comes out and presents the characters and gets the fans involved in the whole 9 yards. You gotta get Traevon and Jalen on your shows, baby.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And shout out to, all the students up and coming in the Kingdom School. There's us, Waves and Curls, me and Jalen. There's Love Doug, who's doing phenomenally. He's like the unofficial third member of Waves and Curls. Us all three together, we call ourselves the Black Nexus. Love him. What's up?
Wait. Pahuze. Hit the Pahuze. You're telling me that Traevon, Jalen, and Love Dog is like a little faction of sorts?
Oh, yeah. Oh, not just a little. We are the Black Nexus. That's what we call ourselves. That's the Black Nexus. Yeah, that's us. All together. We're a little faction. And then now, we did have a match with him, and we were at odds for a second, but we mended bridges with American Sumo Mike Gamble. He's now like a hybrid pseudo kind of member, of the Black Nexus as well too. We're getting bigger every day. Black Nexus.
I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah. But Love Doug's awesome. He's coming up. We've got a whole lot of other students who are coming through. We got this one younger woman who's training with us. Her name's Liv. She's like 13, 14. She's a second generation. She's amazing. We have a lot of other students too. Shout out to all my other students as well. Let's see. We got American Sumo Mike Gamble. We got Dexter Liu. BRG came out of our school as well too. He's over at Top Rope doing a lot of stuff with them as well too, which is awesome. Shout out Top Rope. We've got Picture Perfect Sierra. She's on the shelf right now, but she's dope. She's amazing in ring as well too. And then all of our other students who are coming up as well too that are working really hard. Riley Harrington, he's working really hard. Sugar Shane Blade, shout out you as well too. If I forget anybody, I'm so sorry. There's just so many of y'all, and I love every single one of y'all. So shout out everybody right now. Everybody.
The ambiance at XWA is really, really cool up there. They got that whole nice setup, the ramp, the smoke and the pyros, and now they've added a little bit more since I used to go there, because I was going up there pretty regularly. It was like a little over about a 2-hour drive for me, and I went there for probably like 6 months solid, every single Thursday after work for Thursday Night Throwdown, and then I would go for all of their bigger shows. So I was going like sometimes twice a week, and man, what a fantastic place! And to see such a fine student come out, and I'm not saying anybody else is not or what have you, but being able to talk to Traevon and listen to speak, they're producing some great men and women out there, man. So if you're looking at a good place out there, hey, they know what's good.
Absolutely, most definitely. Shout out to Kingdom School.
Now, do you find yourself going to any of the seminars that are offered on the side when some of the names come in? They charge a few bucks. You come in, you pick their brain a little bit. Is that something that you do?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Always seek more knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The key to life, I always said it before, is love. But you always got to seek knowledge as well, too. You never learn enough, and you're never done learning. And it's always best to, go and seek other minds, explore other minds, and see what other people can, contribute to you. You know what I'm saying? You take little bits and pieces in here that apply to you and that can work, and you apply those to your game. Anything that they give you that doesn't work, you say, okay, thank you. Be respectful, but say, it's probably not going to work for me, but you keep it in. But I do the seminars. I just actually did like 2 seminars like 2 weeks in a row with Mike Quackenbush online, who's a phenomenal mind out of Chikara. I've done a seminar with him in the past as well too. I've done a seminar with Dr. Tom Pritchard. I've been down to Test of Strength to go with, work with Slick Wagner Brown. H2O Ryan Waters out of the Lockup Academy. He is a phenomenal mind. Picking his mind is amazing. He breaks things down. He comes to our school every so often to help work with us. I've trained with him a lot through him coming down. He'll be like a substitute teacher, if you will. If, say, the whole kingdom's out on the road, he'll come and help and train with us. We'll go up to his school. I went down to NEPWA once, New England Pro Wrestling Academy, to go, train with Chance Del Monte and learn under him a little bit. They're phenomenal mind as well, too. Brian Fury out of that school. They produce a lot of great talent, too. Amazing talent. So I always seek more knowledge. I'm never done learning. I'll pick up a book and read about the business. I'll watch online seminars that are posted. Like there's a few on YouTube, like Kenny Omega. I think the Sandman has one. Samoa Joe has one. Daniel Bryan has one. I watch all of them. I'll watch it till my face turns blue. Al Snow has a bunch online that are really good. So it's just seeking knowledge. I'm always hungry for more. I'll never be satiated in my quest for knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
What I also like to do on here is just maybe give the fans cool little stories from the men and women that I get to talk to, because I get the privilege to talk to so many talented people in the industry right now.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go on the road. Could you give us fans just one maybe fun little story on the road to a show, from a show, any little anecdote that kind of sticks out that you can share with us, the fans, at all, please, sir? Please.
I'm trying to think if I have any stories like that right now. I don't know if I'm seasoned enough to have any like crazy stories right now. I don't know. I mean, a lot of it is just riding in the car with Doug and Jalen, and now Sumo as well too when he comes with us. It's just a lot of back and forth banter and BSing with the boys. One of the new rides that we've been on is we're now all obsessed with Sting. Sting's like the best wrestler in the world to us. One day, we're coming home from a show. We're a little elevated. We were a little elevated. Had a little bit of fun at the show. And all of a sudden, we just started talking about Sting. Woo! Sting. He's just amazing. The best superstar ever. So there was the Extreme Rumble for XWA that was, supposed to be taking place, this month. And we were like, what if we all came out as Sting? What are you talking about? What if we all come out as Sting? And we'll go, well, I don't know if, Mike Antonucci runs XWA. He was like, I don't know if Mike will let that fly. I was like, no, we don't tell him. We just all wear different Sting colors. We all wear different Sting face paint. I'll be Surfer Sting. You be Crow Sting. He'll be Wolfpack Sting. He'll be Joker Sting. I'm like different Stings. All right, this is a great idea. And we're sitting legitimately thinking this is the best idea ever. We're going to come out as Sting. So what we do is we come with this theoretical situation where Antonucci sees one of us go through the curtain. Okay, I guess, it's funny. Ha ha. He's Sting. Out comes another Sting. Where the hell are all these Stings coming from? Comes the third Sting. Where are all these Stings coming from? Here comes the fourth Sting. American Sumo Mike Gamble. He stops him. What are you doing? We just had like 3 Stings. He goes, yeah, but you promised 50 people, and I'm Sting right now. So what are you going to do? And just walks right through the curtain. That's the icon Sting. Woo! Sting is the best superstar ever. And now it's a joke with our trainer, Matt Taven, too, because apparently they have the same birthday, Sting and Matt Taven. Who would have thought? But we had put up a birthday post for Sting. And Taven was like, what are you doing? March 20th is my day. It's all about me on March 20th. And we were like, yeah, but you've never tag teamed with RoboCop, bro. I mean, you won the world championship at Madison Square Garden, but never teamed with RoboCop. You're not Sting, you know what I'm saying? Sting is here, RoboCop, Madison Square Garden. I mean, yeah, but Sting? Sting's the best. No one's better than Sting.
So take us through after the fact, though. You all get in the back. What's the buzz about all of you guys coming out as Sting without telling anybody?
It's just Sting. There's nothing to say. There's no buzz. There's nothing. What would you say? It's Sting, damn it. What are you going to say? You can't tell me anything. I'm dressed up as Sting right now. You see my face paint? You see who I am? I'm Sting, daddy. Woo! That's Ric Flair's woo. Woo! That's more Sting's woo. I just had Starcade out there. Did you not see Ric Flair's Harley Race? By the way, another one of our running jokes is we'll give Jalen champion. He's the youngest one of us, so we pick on him the most. He's really lighthearted about it. He's fine with it, but we'll like to give him fake accolades. So in our mind, Jalen Brandon is a former WCW TV champion. He's a former NWA champion. He's a former European champion. Jalen Brandon won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship from the Great Muta. Yeah, way back in 1994. Jalen Brandon's been around the block. Jalen Brandon is the guy. He's the guy who dethroned Harley Race. He beat Dusty Rhodes, in a bunkhouse brawl, which never happens. Jalen Brandon's done it all. Yeah.
Maybe I should get Jalen on here, huh?
You should. All the stories that he has, that grizzled veteran he is, dude. Jalen Brandon's the man. Yeah.
I can't even imagine some of the road stories that come out of that.
He's got one story about him, the Big Show, Mark Henry, and Tupac Shakur that'll blow your mind.
Hey, man. You're kind of in with Jalen. Maybe you can put in a word for Don Kincaid, huh?
I'll see what I can do for you. I can't make any promises. He's a busy man, you know what I'm saying? He was just at the Pentagon talking to Barack Obama and all them. So we'll see what happens, We'll see what happens.
I'm just Don Kincaid, so let's say, Traevon, man, you are a very genuine person. You're very loving. You're very giving with your energy. You're wrestling. The way you talk, you're very cordial. We have been open to Traevon, and I know we see you and you smile and you party, and that's what we see. But son of a bitch, you're no different. You're just a cool cat, man, and I can't thank you enough for sharing your stories and your personal story, though, with us, the fans, because, I mean, without this, I just feel that when you get to know a little bit, like if you turn on a WWE network and they have the table with three and just sit around chit-chat and that's why so we can watch that stuff. I know my take from that, but I think it's cool that you guys are sitting here talking to me about opening up to the fans, because this is really what it's about. It's to push you guys and girls as a brand.
Mm-hmm.
And give the fans a total different insight. And we would never have Traevon, 15 and such. And I can't thank you enough for spending your time with every single one I had. I can't thank you enough for spending time with us.
Absolutely, and thank you so much, for allowing me to be on your platform. You've created this big atmosphere, this big tapestry where us performers can come and share a glimpse, into our lives with the fans, to build a more intimate relationship. So thank you, honestly, for giving us performers a spotlight that we can have, especially through these tough times that are going on. So I give you your props as well too, Kincaid, for seeking out, us entertainers and giving us a platform where we can connect with an audience when we don't really have one right now. So thank you, and big ups to you, my brethren. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful day. Yes, sir. Most definitely. Most thank you for everything. Thank you for having me on the show. Much appreciated, bro. Stay up. Bless up.